Well, I think, first of all, thank you all. Appreciate you, and just, you have no idea, just you showing up and them coming in here, what that means to our players, and just really appreciate your coverage. We need our Bruin family right now. Our confidence got shaken a little bit, and we've hit a lot of adversity. And so it just, even just having family in the stands is a huge deal. And just having that support system. Character, character is who you are when nobody's looking, and it's character is what you show from the inside out, maybe that never shows up in a stat sheet. And I thought this was a character win. I could point to so many different plays that you're not going to get by looking at this, but if you watch the film and you thought, Coach Tony, first of all, did an excellent job on the scout, and as all of our coaches always do. And but one of the things he really challenged the team on before the game is how many selfless, little, small plays can you string together for the sake of the team? And I thought that was the difference in the game. I thought there were some really key points, and we'd been struggling the end of third going into the fourth, and we outscored them 23-10 in the third quarter. So all those growth things earns you more confidence back. I'm a huge believer that I can't give them confidence. You all have heard me say that before. But how badly do you want to earn it? I asked them, how many of you guys in this last few weeks have, for whatever reason, have had your confidence shaken a little bit? And I'd say 90% of the people raised their hand. But I said, you know what? You earn back a little more tonight. You earn back a little bit more. I thought, we had 8 kills in the game, which is a really big number for us. A kill in review is 3 stops in a row. We got 8 of those. We got 83% of the defensive boards. Got a little bit better on the offensive boards. I thought we got some really timely ones. I still think we can get better in that area. But I really thought it came down to the small passion plays. Jalen, it's interesting. She talked about her next play speed. And it was just, she had some tough turnovers, and then she went right back down and goes, I got to shut down 11. I got to shut down Van Dyke. And she just went on to the next play. We needed a couple of really key buckets, and she got us going that way. In the third quarter, I thought her aggression to score, both on the layup and her mid-range game, were really important. But the end of the second quarter, we just really challenged them. We gave up 8 points in the second quarter on their back cuts and their Princeton offense, and just really challenged them. I don't think we gave up 1 in the second half. And so those are the kinds of things I'm looking to as a coach is awareness, adjustments, growth, character, toughness. And I just said, look, you're either going to be the tougher, more together team in the second half and we're going to win, or you're not and we're going to lose, period. And I did think we were the tougher, more together team in the second half.
Gavin Carlson, Daily Bruin. I was talking to Mari about it before you got here. The matchup with the tallest player in the Pac-12, people made a big deal about that. She had 20 points in the paint. And she just went straight to her defense when I asked her about the matchup, and she felt like she had a strong game on that end. Could you say this was maybe the most complete game from her so far?
Yeah, that's how I started things in the locker room, that this was Imari's most complete effort game, and defensively and offensively. And her and I had a really long talk yesterday, and each of the coaches meets with 3 to 4 players every single week, one-on-one, and Imari and I meet every single week. And really challenged her on that you can't be sometimes, and you can't play offense one game and defense another game, and she's good enough to do it, and she's strong enough, she's fighting through. And so it was really great to see her response. And I also think, though, her teammates did a really good job. But let me go back to one play. My favorite play of the game was, I think it was the end of the third. Mari runs the floor so hard, and she brings 2 to 3 people with her. And as a result of that, won't show up on the stat sheet, Charisma has the pull-up 3. And I just thought it was a huge momentum play. And we call that like a assist screen, or you doing the selfless thing to create something for somebody else. And so those are the kinds of things that make me think it was Imari's most complete game. But the other thing I'm really pleased about is that they like to sub Mulkey out about, right before every media. And we just were like, we don't shoot until Mari touches the ball in those segments. And I think we scored in almost every segment with Imari. And I just thought that showed some growth in our awareness about when, where, how those touches needed to take place. So, but yeah, really, really proud of Imari's growth tonight.
And then just sort of a broader question, you sort of hinted at it with the confidence being down a little bit coming into this game. Obviously a huge third quarter, a huge fourth quarter, and then I noticed, the team huddle after the game seemed like it was a little longer, maybe a little more emotional than normal. Do you feel like this is, a turning point in the season for you guys?
I think we'll see, right? I sure hope so. This conference forces you have to grow every week. If you don't grow from every experience, you lose and you fall behind. And, we've got a really good NCAA tournament level team. They've got almost everyone coming back, and they've added a couple of really strategic pieces in Washington State. The Ledger Walker sisters are just, they're two of the best, players in backcourts in the country. And, we're going to have to grow again, So I think, I'm done talking about it. I'm done hoping for it. Let's show with our behavior. Let's show with how we play the game. Let's show with how we fight and how we grow. But I hope it's a turning point. I hope they choose to earn more confidence. I hope they choose to respond and go to another level. But that's what great competitors do. And then you build momentum through that conference season. And my whole thing is we have to get to a place as a team where we're playing our best basketball the last 10 games of the season. And there's going to be some things that are still tough. I mean, we're still coming out of COVID. Obviously, we literally didn't know if Charisma was going to be able to play until this afternoon. And she did practice all week. Just all those little things. So there's been things, but bottom line is, are you going to find a way or not? I just think we're done talking. We just want to grow and show.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Hi, Lauren Wayne, Cody Bruin. I wanted to ask about Jalen Penn and her sort of assuming this point guard role, how that plays in the bigger picture of you guys, honestly, everyone fulfilling a role with the shortened roster. Yeah, shortened rosters. That's a really nice way of putting it. I think the other person you got to give credit to for assuming some of those responsibilities is Dominica New tonight. She did some of that so that Jalen didn't have to all the time. And so I just think, someone was saying to me before the game, our life coaches, Jenny and Kevin Jordan, they were saying, there's just a sweet spirit, a selflessness about Jalen Penn. We were just having conversation. But isn't that what you see out on the court? She's never in her life played that. She comes here with an expectation of what she's going to do, and you know what? It doesn't go how any of us planned. And she never complains. She just looks you in the eye and wants to grow. Whatever you need, coach, I'll help the team. The team is more important than me. And I just think that says so much about who she is. She is a selfless competitor that just wants to help her team win. And, I'm just really appreciative of that choice. That's not an easy one to make. And she's really made it consistently all year long. Thanks.
Hey, Coach. Kind of shades of last year, right, with the shortened rotation.
Yeah, you'd think I'd be better at it.
Is are you a little bit better prepared for that, or is it just kind of like a situation where just gotta take it?
Well, I have a phenomenal staff, and I think that they're tremendous in game. I trust them impeccably. They're tremendous in their preparation. Not only are my assistant coaches, but our video team, the way we prepare, even our transfers, they're like, wow, this is another level. And I just give that credit to the staff. And in game, like managing, we have a minute restriction with Chantel. And hey, I think if we can get some minutes right here, she could be a momentum. And we've got this much to use in this quarter, this many to use in the next quarter. Or hey, we've got 4 timeouts. Let's go ahead and use them, not because of a run, but because let's use them proactively to get rest. And Imari was dying one time, and I can't remember which assistant coach comes up and hey, let's just use it to rest Imari. And just the different things that happen throughout the game when we have so many restrictions, and Riz is not herself, and all those different things that come up. And I get
the time in front of the mic and in front of the camera, but the real thing that is so wonderful about our program is the elite coaches that we have and the elite staff that are so sacrificial, and they're just really good. They could all be head coaches, and they have all had opportunities, and some of them have been one, but I just, I think it's a team effort. I do think we had a lot of practice, so I don't feel uncomfortable about it. I think the challenging part is last year we really got a chance to build with it for a long time. The whole COVID thing in the middle sort of took us back from a conditioning standpoint, so now you're playing it without the preparation. We sort of, once we didn't get, our Aussies over here last year, and we knew it was going to be a 7-player sort of deal, we prepared and built, we conditioned, and I think we haven't had that opportunity with some of the things that have happened. So, but you know what? That's what life's given us this season, and so it's my job to lead through that with strength and direction and clarity, and so that's what we're trying to do.
And to start the game, the offense looked just a little bit shaky. A couple of missed shots there.
Yeah.
I thought there were a couple of things that really kind of helped turn it around. One was Amari being able to get free down low, and another one was Charisma attacking the paint, getting to the rim. Is that kind of the team still kind of gelling together, kind of figuring things out, or also a little bit of the long layoff?
Yeah, I think if I'm being really honest with you, the combination of adding 8 new players that weren't on our roster, and then having such a disruption of 3 kids that might have been starting, for us, it has been harder than I thought, and it's taken a little longer than I thought. If I'm being really candid. And so I think every game we're learning a little bit more about our identity, and we need to play through the paint. And we didn't shoot very well tonight, but I think we were 3 for 15 from the 3-point line. But we have been a really good shooting team this year, but we're still at our best when we play through the paint. And so you talked about Charisma attacking the paint early. Yes, she got that 3, but she really attacked the paint. I thought Chantel came in and got that layup, or got an offensive rebound and got to the free throw line. I think that's somebody who we have to highlight. Chantel, I could get this wrong. I think she was 2 for 3 from the floor. She was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She had rebounds, she had assists, she had no turnovers. She really played a mistake-free game, and I just thought she was an incredible momentum person, especially when she came in the first quarter. I thought she got an offensive rebound and either got fouled or put it back in, and it's all those kind of plays, because we were struggling, and we are struggling to sort of have consistency with our ball movement, player movement, it's just something we have to continue to grow in.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Mike, you're the Lone Ranger. You have something over there for me?
I definitely do. Coach?
Hold on, Mike. Go ahead. Say it again.
7 points in the first quarter. It's the lowest you've had all season long. But then you guys explode offensively in the second half. And obviously, you talked about Thomas and Penn. But the assists, you guys had 19 assists. If it wasn't necessarily quantity, but it was quality. Natalie had some key passes into the paint. Charisma, what can you talk about how everyone is coming together? At least that's what it seemed like in the second half.
You're very kind. I think the reality is that we really turned the ball over a lot. I think we had 5 turnovers in the first few minutes in the first half, and so I was really pleased. I think we had very few in the second. I don't know what the difference was between turnovers in the second half from the first half, but the 19 assists are really important. I think that shows growth in teamwork, that you're willing to not only make the extra pass, but the extra pass that we needed. I kept saying, we're making this, in the first half, I was like, we're making this harder than it needs to be. Make the simple next pass. They're not denying passes. They're a pack it in the paint kind of team. And so I thought a couple of our, we got those stops, and I thought a couple of those transition, situations that created those assist opportunities were really important. I think we got a couple layups, but we also got a couple wide open threes that were really huge, and those came off assisted baskets. And we need to be in the 20 to 25 range of if we're going to really reach our potential in this conference with assists. And we need to be a
under 12, like 11 or under team in terms of turnovers. And traditionally, we've been really good with that. So we've struggled a little bit on that front. We need to get better.
And lastly, defensively, you talked about the kills, and you guys had you forced 4 shot clock violations,
Yeah.
which obviously, turn the tide, especially in the second half.
Yeah.
What can you say about your defense, which seems to be,
It's
strength this season?
Yeah, it's really, anchoring us, which we want it to, like we say, defense and toughness travel. Defense and toughness wins you when you're struggling on the offensive end. Everything's easy when you're, free flowing and making shots and all those kinds of things. But our defense has really got to be our anchor. And, the thing I was really pleased about, Mike, was that Tasha really challenged our team, that we were a really good defensive team in the first 15 seconds of the shot clock. But from 15 seconds to 30, we were really poor, and we were bailing people out in the last 5 seconds of the shot clock. And that has been a huge emphasis for us over the last couple of weeks. And so for me, that's growth, right? I thought we finished defensive possessions at a much more consistent rate. And so I think I'm excited to be able to show them what a difference that makes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Obviously, just really, this conference is just a grind. And, but I just think we got to be fueled with gratitude. I just keep saying to them, gratitude that we get to learn from a loss, gratitude that we get to show up and play, gratitude that we had enough people here. There's so many people that would love to be in our shoes. And I'm just like I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for our administration that works so hard to get us to even play games. I really hope we can get to a place where we can get our fans back in the building. I think it's really critical for both the men's team and our team. But really thankful for all the people that are working so hard for us to be able to continue to have this experience. And that does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. And that includes all of you. So thank you all for your help on that. And I hope to see you on Sunday to watch us make another step of growth. I'm confident of that.